Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to finish a model kit, start a new one, and of course to hang out with you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the moat in the chat. This is currently the time where I do my intro portion of the stream. We're going to hopefully get a few more folks joining us this evening. Lashbrook is here. If you're a subscriber, you can throw the emotes back at me. You can also just say hi. If you're not a subscriber, pick an emote of your choice. Maybe you want to use one of these K-pop emotes that are there, maybe, or whatever. You can just say hi or hey. Uh, oh, well, welcome. Happy to have you here. Ash, welcome to the stream. Formerly Girly Buttercup, now Ash Carnelian. And Jam is here. Hey, Jam. Welcome. We already got a stellar crew of folks. Again, we're going to see if a few more folks want to join us before we get to the building portion. Although we are starting, not necessarily building, we will do some removal. We're going to be applying a lot more stickers to our model kit. The Cup Noodle kit. That's right. We assembled this on Monday. The ramen is in place. We've got the cup noodle here. We've got a lot of the stickers on here, including the sticker on the bottom. But there's still more stickers to do. Now, some of these stickers, I'm going to be real with y'all. I might not apply. There are some very tiny stickers that need to be applied to the back of this kit that look like a pain in the ass, and I might not do them. But I'm going to do a bunch of them, so don't worry about it. Of course, we do also have to do this is such a silly thing. Indeed. We still have the lid that we can put on the top of it, so we'll be putting that on there. Don't worry. I'm getting autofocusy, but it won't matter for the actual build. And we've got our mystery meat. It literally is called mystery meat. We've got our mystery meat. We've got our egg, and we've got our shrimp. And this shrimp needs to be has stickers to make it more realistic. We're going to put realistic shrimp stickers together. Oh, and then also there's the leek. We've got a large portion of leek here that I'm going to dice up. They recommended scissors. I don't have scissors on me, so we'll be using my X-Acto knife to make leek. To shove a bunch of leek in there. This is a weird kit. And then we have the Uraven. I'm going to call it the Uraven. It's the Uraven kit, the Uraven Gundam from Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise, which is a mouthful of a name of a show. We got the Build Divers Re-Rise kit. It's the Core 2 unit and the Uranus armor, or the Uranus armor, to make the Uraven. So we'll go with Uranus and Uraven. Uraven and Uranus. That's what we'll go with. I might change my mind. I don't know. The thing is, I've heard it pronounced different ways, and also, I don't always care. I try my best, but sometimes you just have to be like, okay, I'm going to pronounce this the way it is. But it's a cool kit. The core unit transforms. It doesn't look that great, but the armor also has a transformation, and that looks rad. So that'll be a thing we do. We'll also, talk about what's going on and what we're interested in. I got anime talk in the second hour. Did I stop watching a show because I don't want to watch it every week because it is such a slow burn but very good? Yes. Did a show that I enjoy start a new-ish filler arc? No, kind of. Yeah, I mean, there's anime talk, there's stuff going on in the world. Next-gen console talk, I guess we could get into. We are going to talk about what we're doing here with this. But yeah, let me retweet my tweet. Let the people know it's model kit building time. Time for shrimp stickers, which is true and accurate. It is time for shrimp stickers. So let's go to the noodle. There's the noodle. So this is our cup noodle kit here. You can see it there. This does allow you to do this. You can remove the front plate to show off all the noodles if you want to have the lid on. So we have more stickers to apply. We have some stickers right here to apply that I didn't do, and some other ones. But I want to start with the most annoying thing, which is Well, the most annoying thing is the tiny, tiny stickers. But the thing that might give me some trouble is the shrimp. So we are going to do all of the shrimp stickers now because they will probably be annoying because they are basically like two-sided stickers, and I'm not exactly sure how they apply. So I want to like give myself a lot of attention. Okay, because it's like 19 and then 20 is the backside. So I kind of have to figure out how these stickers work because they seem large and odd. So 19, so you can tell these are photorealistic shrimp stickers. Is a thing that I have said and a thing I am doing. Again, I am going to pull the sticker away in an attempt to be able to then peel it and not cause anything bad to happen with the sticker. So there it is. So this is the sticker, and it's segmented. So it goes on the top of this, and then you have to press down on it, get it to stick, like so. I saw pictures of the manual explaining the history of the cup noodle packaging, which is interesting. The story of how they figured out how to package it is on assembly line was dude got drunk one night. Yes, Slashbrook. I read that on Monday. Another fun fact I didn't get to on Monday, when seen from above, the entrance of the Kanase factory looks like the lid of a cup noodle when seen from above. They put a noodle lid on the roof of their entryway to one of their buildings. That's cool. Also, because you could go there every day your whole life and never know that. Because it would, to you, just like look like an awning. So that's bizarre and weird. Yeah, so this sticker kind of applies and kind of adheres. Kind of rolls back up, but theoretically, we just made this look better, and I don't know if we did, but we still have the other side to put on. We still have to put the other back end to this, which is 20. And again, I don't know if this makes this better or not, but it sure is a thing. So yeah, let me get these all up here. Go back all this. Oops. I have to be very careful with these. This does seem to want to fold in on itself, so I will do my best to apply this properly. I just got my kit today. It's totally a fun thing. Indeed, Crazy Like Fox. Crazy Like Fox, who sent me a gift card in order for me to be able to pre-order this kit on, yeah. Okay, yeah, these, I don't know if these dried out or what, but these do not want to apply as well as the other stickers. So it could be that there's some sort of film on the shrimp. It didn't give me any indication that it would. Of course, it does say, and I want to say this out loud, it's important to say these things. This item, we're talking about all of these ingredients that are called ingredients. This item is a plastic model kit. It cannot be eaten. Please be careful not to accidentally swallow or eat it. Match the shapes of the stickers for the shrimp and carefully apply them. And I am carefully applying them, and it doesn't seem to want to apply that well. I am also going to put these aside because I want to get all the stickers on here before we then apply them. In fact, let me just we'll jump over to doing this here. I did one of these shrimps, so let me just put this on here. Oh, you can see, I'll take the ramen out so you can see what I'm doing here. And I'm going to apply some stickers here on the side, which are basically like, don't put this in an oven, add water, and I don't know, rotate the cup, I think, or no, use a microwave. Those are microwave symbols, okay. Or, don't let it tip over. That's good advice. Okay, so put that on there. Oops. Gotta be careful because the front does want to pop off if you put pressure on the cup. When applying stickers, you want to make sure that you're holding maybe the base and that together, but not applying too much pressure to the kit. And again, I am trying this method here where I peel back the outer sticker portion to then be able to get under the sticker. And that seems to be working out pretty well and is preventing the accidental stabbage of the sticker, which I have been known to do now and again. This is a method I picked up just last week and seems to be very helpful. And then we'll peel back and peel that there. Great. These go on well, so that's nice. Lots of little stickers on this kit. But I'm enjoying it, so certainly happy to have lots of odd, strange little stickers appearing here. Let's see. What else? All right, I guess we can do more of the shrimp. I guess that is the next thing to do is to do that. Things that that is good not to stab. Stickers, fingers. Very true, Ash. Stabbing your fingers is always a thing that I try to avoid, especially with an X-Acto knife, but also any other sort of blade as well, certainly. Okay, so let's do shrimp number 19 here. For those wondering, we are indeed going to shrimp heaven now. We're indeed going there. Putting our shrimp stickers on our way to shrimp heaven. Okay, number 23 and 24 go on this one, so we'll get 23 first, which is over here. I don't know why. I don't know why it goes from stickers 19 and 20 to stickers 23 and 24, and then back to 21 and 22. That's an odd choice, but okay. Peel away. Try not to get too much on the other sticker. Peel away. Peel away. Then try to get this out here. It's a big sticker for a tiny shrimp, but it is a sticker that is supposed to go on the entire thing, so that kind of makes some sense. But yeah, gosh, I wonder what past Pat Baer would think of current Pat Baer putting on so many stickers on a kit. I used to not do that. I would do like the eye stickers on a Gundam, and that was basically the extent of my stickerhood. Yeah. I mean, I've done water transfers. I've done dry transfers. I'm trying a bunch of stuff since. Still haven't gotten into markers. Still don't know if that's going to be a thing I ever really do. But I like the idea of trying out other stuff. Going for it. It looks like we got a light night as far as audience goes, which is, it's not a deal breaker, certainly. It is a little bit of a bummer. Thursdays are usually pretty good for us. I'm hoping that folks choose to join me tonight or just come in a little late. I also hope people join me on Saturday. I am doing a Lego Ghost, the Brickheads Ghost, so that should be fun. Hopefully people will enjoy that. That'll be a thing that I do on Saturday, and then picking up where we left off on this model kit that we're doing currently now. Then number 24 to there. I know Halloween, not necessarily the best night to watch a model kit stream, I guess, but also please don't go out on Halloween. Instead, stay home and watch me build a model kit. I also haven't done Lego in a little bit. It's been a hot minute since we did a Lego set, so I would like to do one. Even if it is a holiday one, I still think that'll be fun. And also, we'll be over pretty quickly. And then we'll just go back to what we're working on. But I like doing holiday streams. I think holiday streams are fun. It is nice to do something a little different now and again. Something thematic. And I like the briquettes. I haven't done briquettes in a bit. They're just, they're fun. I got I might end up picking it up myself, but I definitely put it on my wish list in case other people want to get them. But I put the up the what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm sorry. I had a mental break there for a second. Little bubble in my brain. Couldn't think of what I wanted to say. There's a nutcracker, a Lego nutcracker that I put on my wish list that I'll maybe do at Christmas time. That could be fun. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just trying to take everything day at a time, day by day. I will say, this is the time of year where anything that I do, as far as freelance stuff, internet freelance stuff, all of my stuff ends generally within the next week. And of course, this year I've had far less of it. Some might say the least I've ever had as far as some extra gigs, which is a bummer. But yeah, a lot of that stuff is winding down. So that's going to be a little tough to figure everything out. Um, I will have some free time to work on things. I do not plan to do my own charity stream for Extra Life this year. I have done a few charity streams this year, but I do not plan to continue to do them or to do my own Extra Life. But I am in talks right now with a few different streamers to perhaps make an appearance on one of their streams, because I think that would be fun if I could, join in on the hanging out and the raising of monies for Extra Life. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm talking with a few different people about maybe popping in virtually, obviously. No appearances, but perhaps I can jump in on a voice call or jump in on a video call and hang out, but I don't know. Hopefully, one of those things will happen because it would be neat. We'll see. All right. Yeah, these shrimp stickers are not great. I would say don't feel like you have to put them on because I don't think they particularly look incredible and they're a bit of a pain. They don't really adhere that well, it feels like. So yeah. Of course, your mileage may vary. If you want to get this cup noodle kit, I do think it is a neat model kit. I was talking about that before about how this year I have built some very strange model kits. Between this one and working on between this and most recently the Sega Saturn, we just built the injection machine that we built earlier. There's been some very odd model kits. That's cool though. I think that's neat to have like something a little different. Something I'm not used to doing. Mix it up for me, not just all the same kind of kits. All right, so now we got our shrimp balls. I don't know. I don't know what these are supposed to be. Shrimp nuggets. Just some shrimp pieces. I don't know. Put some stickers on them. I guess they do look better, even if the stickers are kind of flaky and weird. I guess they look better than just the regular thing. I guess. I don't know. Apply this here. But yeah, hey, is anybody working on anything right now? You got any model kits you're doing? Anybody working on, doing any building, doing any painting of anything? Let me know in the chat if you're doing anything. Feels like I'm going to end up needing to paint the shrimps. Yeah, I would say maybe painting them would be the way to go rather than this sticker. But yeah, let me know if anybody's doing any kind of projects here in the end of the year. If they've got anything they're working on. As I said, Finance stuff is a little tough right now. I don't have any space to build right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Got a complicated living situation and my room is a mess. Yeah, having the space is tough. So you can see the table right here. So let's say this table is here to, where's my other hand? Oh, okay. So here to here. Uh, that's about half of this table. This table is long and it takes up a large portion of the room. It's also being served as my computer desk because I didn't have one down here. So it a lot of this my space, my living space in this room is uh given up for this table and to have the space here. And I definitely have to deal with that. That is a thing that I constantly am like my chair that I'm currently sitting on, like moving it around to be able to get by. It's like I'm definitely giving up a large portion of this living space because I build here 6 hours a week. Jam says working on a 172 P47, that scale, the P47 Thunderbolt, about ready for painting. Hell yeah, Jam. Enjoy. Yeah, I think, I don't know, my mom was joking, but she was like, because my dad was said like that I am here in this room all the time, which I am, because I do a lot of stuff out of this room, work out of this room, apply for things in this room. This is also my leisure. I'm here in here quite a bunch. And she was like, "Well, it's that, or he spreads out all over the dining room table or something, or takes over another room." Uh, and I like laughed about it, but then I was also like, my mom has my parents, my mom particularly uses it. They have an office. There's an office, and like there's a tiny little desk in there, and my mom's laptop, which she never uses. And I was like, what if I moved this in there? But the problem of doing that would be that I would be in there like, oh, well, we dropped some frames there for a second. Looks like I lost connection briefly. Hope that everything ends up okay. Obviously, those watching later on YouTube, what's up, YouTube, don't have that problem. Um, okay, I think these looked better than the other ones. All right, we did those stickers. Let's go back. Let's continue on with some of these small stickers here. The things that are going to give us some pause and some trouble. We got these tiny little stickers here. We're going to see how they go. Connection seems fine on my end. Well, good. It did flash. Looks like I didn't actually drop any frames, but it did flash. The green went to red there. So I'm glad that everything looked okay. But yeah, so I was like, what if I moved my stuff? But then the problem of moving my stuff is I'm taking over two rooms, and I don't think that's the way to go. I'd have to but what I could do is, so this is the thought. I take the tiny desk that my mom is not using currently, in that room, and I bring it in here, and I put my laptop on it, and then I take my desktop and put it in there, and then I use my laptop for working and for hanging out, and then when it's time to stream or play games, I go in there, and or some working stuff, and I kind of separate the rooms, and I was like, that doesn't sound terrible. I don't think I'm gonna do it, but it doesn't sound like a thing that I'm like, I definitely could do that. Again, I don't see myself doing that, but like it is a possibility. All right, so I'm going to try this tiny sticker. I'll read this from Ash. I need to get the desk I have out here and replace it with a smaller one, which was ironically giving me more space. Yes, yeah. The current desk is just too big for the room. It makes organizing a nightmare. Yes, so sometimes, yeah, you're like, oh, I got a big desk to let me do a bunch of things. And then you're like, wait, this big desk is too big for the room. Okay, so this sticker is unbelievably small. I doubt you can even see it. And I doubt you can even see here that there is a tiny space in this cup where the U in cup, you can see in the photo that there is a tiny spot of red between the two. And for whatever reason, they didn't do that in the plastic, probably because it's impossible. But they did do a sticker for it, which seems ridiculous. And I have no idea how I would apply that and make this work. because this just seems like a thing that no one would notice, and you may not notice until later. Q Cube just subscribed. That's 3 months. Thank you so much. Let's throw the Bear Cave leg of the site emote in there. Looks like some people got some emotes, or some bonus emotes for that. Thank you very much, Q Cube. Thank you so much. And also, hey, welcome. We got a few more folks joining us tonight. I'm putting some stickers. I am now putting one of the smallest stickers I've ever had here on this kit. But like I said, I doubt that you would even notice this exist on this kit or that I'm applying it right now. All right, well, we applied it. We now put a bit of a spacer there on cup, which is a whole thing. Aristofan's also here. Hey, Aristofan, welcome, welcome. All right, so that was a tiny little sticker we had to put there in the cup. And we also have to put a tiny sticker in between the L and the E in Noodle. There's another tiny, tiny sticker that needs to go on here. So we're going to apply, yet again, another tiny sticker. I'm going to try to do this on my tweezer. I think that might work better than my X-Acto blade. But it also might not. This is a slightly bigger sticker. Oh, no. Come on. Come on, tiny sticker. Come on. There we go. Very tiny sticker. When you put the desk in here, the room was dedicated office and a bedroom. And now it's my bedroom as well as an office. It's also my streaming space, so it's a lot for a small room. Yes, I am currently in a, I would say, decent-sized bedroom that I'm happy to be in. That is also my streaming space and my workspace, and it is a lot for all one thing. As I said, I am using a folding table, but it is a long folding table. Now, it does allow my computer to be off the ground because it's a carpeted room, and so that's good. So I do have enough space to put things, and I'm not cramped and nothing's falling over, but it is also taking up a large portion of the room that I'm currently in. So I am thinking about ways to make this a little better, but I'm also like, I don't know if I want to try to take over another room. How I go about asking about that. That seems like a thing that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. Okay, so few more stickers left in here before we fill this cup with food, fake food. We've got some stickers to go here on the words underneath cup noodle, or the name, brand, and then the back of the thing as well. We could take this cup face off, but I try not to remove it while these stickers set. So let's see, what do we got left to put on here? Let's do this side here. I'm gonna put this here to try to keep it from rolling. There we go. But yes, I mean that is a thing about people, like, folks have said, like, your background is you put a model kit box up and you can see your bed frame, and I'm like, yup, that's what we're working with right now. That is the background, and that's my closet, and I have to make sure that I close the door to my closet, otherwise it's just open, and that's not good. I don't want that. So yeah, that is what I'm currently doing. As far as background, I took down whatever was up and put up just like boxes of model kits. I was like, yeah, that's something. Okay, so to apply this sticker here. Why these are stickers and not plastic? I don't know. But they are tiny stickers, and we will apply them to make this look. So, I mean, I guess they're just easier to print tiny stickers than it is to make teeny tiny pieces of plastic do what you want, I guess. Or maybe it stands out this way. I don't know. I'm not sure why these things have to happen. So this is 7. This is 9. That's going to go right there. Just pat that down a little bit. Okay. This is a very tiny sticker. If I can find a way to not have my bed in the shot for streaming, that would be great, but it's not an option right now. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm in a similar boat here. This is like literally. Okay, so here's my hand here. I'm gonna go move my arm, and I could touch a wall that this is on. Like I don't have other options. I did think about it because there's also a window, and I don't want the window to be in shot, even though it's the yeah. So it's just like yeah, trying to figure that stuff out. So I was thinking about the other room and possibly doing that. That's a whole other thing that I have to think about. I'm not quite ready to do that yet. Uh, but I do have I do have the ability to use my laptop in this room. But I also am like, do I want to use my laptop right now? Just use the windowsill as a desk. Plenty of space. Yeah, no, that's also the window is low and like it's not ground level, but it's close to ground level. It's weird. It's a low window in this room, in the bedroom. But I did think about streaming against a different wall. But if I stream against a different wall, then I don't know, it's just a whole thing. Cuts my room in half, and then I gotta climb over a bed to get at my desk, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Alright, Alright, I think I'm done doing these stickers on the front. Let's try to do the ones on the back here. But yeah. Alright, well, yeah, let's try to get these cup noodles on the back here. Got a big sticker here. Number 4. Nice big sticker. As you can see, there is a big empty space here where this sticker is going to go. You might be able to see that. I don't know. Oops. And that does happen when you put too much pressure on this. That is a thing to take under consideration. That if you are applying these stickers and you put too much pressure on it, it will pop apart because it does have the front window, which does make it less structurally sound. So that's just a thing to take into consideration. Turns out when you're an adult running over beds all the time, it's not so much fun. Yeah, I would prefer not to. I would prefer not to climb over things. Now I know how my the folks in my settlers in my Fallout towns feel like when I pile a bunch of stuff in front of the beds. It's like, oh yeah, that's rude. She's like, no, I'm going to put the trading stand right here, the trading store. I'll put that right here, and then I'm going to go and do another thing, and I'll put this right here. And they're like, we can't get at these things. We can't go to sleep. I had no idea I was being that rude. Let's see, number 5 is this tiny dot again here, just a tiny little dot sticker. Of course, this is a sticker I'm putting on the back of this kit. Thank you for subscribing, Ash. Just remembered I'm subbed to Amazon Prime Video again. That's awesome. Thank you so much. I also got a gift bonus there. Let's throw the Bear Cave Leg of the Scythe emote in the chat. And thank Ash for using Twitch Prime. I really appreciate that. Yeah, welcome back to Twitch Prime Video and being able to use your Prime Gaming token for me. I appreciate it. But yeah, let's see if we can get some in there. Some thank yous for that, but also thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Always. But yeah, definitely my subscriptions on Twitch and my Patreon are very important right now as I get into just having no or almost no outside income. Very little. Trying to get some stuff going, but it's definitely rough right now. Trying to get some local stuff. And I'll say this, like, do I want to get something that I'm incredibly qualified for that is like a very cool job and I'm like going to do a great job with it, especially and be psyched to do it, and especially do something that is, something I can do from this house and this bedroom? Sure. that's what I'm looking for. But I'm not proud when it comes to trying to get my savings back together and getting that money that I need together. So like, I have recently applied for a overnight stocking job because if it's overnight, there won't be a lot of people there, and that sounds rad. Because I definitely don't want to work retail right now when counties are saying you have to wear a mask, but the state of South Carolina is saying that that's optional. No one will be punished for saying you have to require to wear a mask, but you don't have to require people to wear masks. So I am trying to avoid working at a place that is going to expose myself and by extension my parents to the coronavirus. It would be rad to not expose them to that. So that is the goal. Is to, the basic plan was, all right, let me try to find something, if I'm going to find something local, have it be in a place where I don't expose, anybody to anything. All right, so we got that done. We got all our stickers. Our stickers are done that we wanted to apply, so that's good. And now it's time to finish putting in we'll do the top sticker here, but first we got to do ingredients. A lot of people having economic issues now. Yeah, I mean, I get it. I totally understand where people are coming from. It is, I posted about this and like I almost deleted it, but I left it up because I do stand by my statement. I get that when people are like, if you left New York, don't come back. And I understand that when people say if you left New York, don't come back, they're referring to millionaires that went to like their second house and left as soon as things got dicey in New York. And I know they're not talking about people like me who financially could no longer afford to live there because all of our jobs dried up. But it still does kind of bum me out when people are like, oh yeah, well, don't come back. Like you're not a real New Yorker. And it's just like, well, my industry, like I was already underemployed, and then all of my work dried up, and I was paying a lot of money to a lot of money to stay in a place that was very expensive, and not leave, and it just didn't work out anymore. Ash says I have no income at all and having to fight my government about getting disability benefits when I'm immunocompromised in the middle of a pandemic. That is rough, and I definitely feel for you. I'm sorry. I have some savings, but I'm going to have to start asking for donations soon. The appeal can take up to a year. That's a long time. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I have a family member who is immune compromised, and we are trying to look out for them as we navigate this, and but also I am attempting to save money, try to save money to eventually move back to New York. That is the always going to be the final goal, is to make it back. What I certainly don't want to ever do is I don't want to have to go to New York just to clean out my my box out there. Go to the trailer and get all my stuff that's sitting in there. I don't want to do that. That would feel fairly defeatist to go back to New York just to get my stuff that's waiting for me to come back. So I'm like, all right, well, that's an important thing. Got to figure out how to get back there and make that happen. But also do it in a way that is as safe as I can, so which is important to me. All right, so we're going to put some things in there. Got here. And the last thing we have to put in before we put the lid on this kit is we have to add the leeks. Gotta add the leeks. And we're going to kind of be freehand with this. We're just using the sheet the stickers were on so that I am not cutting directly into my table. And we won't use all the leek because they say, like, put as much as you want in there. So we're going to save some of the leek for later. I'm trying to make it to Stockholm at some point in my life. So I'm glad I'm not there right now. They have half the country's total COVID deaths. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, it's, part of the Northeast is certainly rough. I'm not in a state that has uh, the state of South Carolina has gone down everywhere, though it's growing back up. It went down everywhere except for the county I'm currently in because I am very near a tourist area. So there are a lot of people traveling here. So a lot of the hotels are open, and a lot of people are coming to have a vacation for masks. And they get people that are locals sick, and then they go back to where they're from and get sick there too, which is great. And yes, it is terrible that these people are coming and then going on a holiday, basically, from keeping doing their part. But also, the hotels are all open. They're being welcomed here. They're not restricting people coming in. They're not making anyone quarantined to come here. So I guess we'll add a little bit more of the yes. Yes, please don't. Indeed. We'll add a little bit more of the leak. So I'm not sure here if this is how I feel about what's happening right now, which is this stuff is all just loose. Because I think conceptually it's a cool idea, but I think in practice it's weird to have like a bunch of loose pieces in a cup is an odd thing. So I'm of mixed minds when it comes to this kit and the weirdness contained in it. All right, let's cut up a little bit more, dice up some more leek here. I need to live in a city, says Ash, with more queer people and better public transport. And Stockholm is probably the best in the country for that. Also, where I live now is useless for mental health services. I'm definitely sorry to hear that, and I totally understand that part of it, wanting to be able to have more of a community and more of a support network, and also public transportation. Yeah, I'm close to figuring out if I can retake my driver's license exam because my license expired a while ago and I didn't renew it. It was a whole thing. But right now, I am in a place without any sort of public transportation, and it is certainly rough. Even if I don't want to leave, eventually I will want to leave places. Okay, so let's. Well, we got the last things on here. We're going to put the lid on, but first I want to take a couple photos. Let's get a photo. Let's get a top-down photo here of this kit and how it looks right now. Yeah. So weird. And then we will put a lid on it. I will probably try to find a way to glue the loose pieces the way it looks nice. Yeah, I could. That's definitely an idea. Is to put some glue down. Probably just lay a nice little clear glue on there, an epoxy or something, and then place all of them on that. Or maybe even some double-sided tape, like some invisible double-sided tape, like double-sided Scotch tape. Maybe could look okay. So we'll put the lid onto this, and then we'll put the seal on. Which is got a little cellophane here. And we'll put that on like that. And then we'll take a photo of that. And get a little closer there. And then I'll take one final photo with the front removed. Oh, a leak fell out. Oh no. My leak. And show that option. And I'll do this, like this. Ooh, I like that. That's neat. Okay. All right. I'm going to put this back together. And that's my cup noodle kit. It's a weird thing. I will say, final thoughts on this. This booklet is lovingly designed. The Saturn kit had very little cool shit about like the Sega Saturn. This has a lot more love in it. I don't know if the Sony one has a lot of stuff, but this has like lots of information about the Cup Noodle and the Nissan Corporation, the creation of this particular thing and its design. Lots of detail. Lots of really nice touches. Like you could pull the front up, like it's shown there. But yeah, lots of cool stuff in this that definitely is different than the Sega Saturn kit that's part of the same line. So, I don't know. At the end of the day, do I recommend this? Yes, I do. I think this kit is cool, even if you don't want to apply all the stickers. If you just want a cup noodle kit, this is a very strange product that I fully support. It's odd, but I do think it is very cool and neat. And when I saw this, so thank again to Crazy Like Fox for sending me the gift card in order to pre-order this. But this was a thing that I definitely saw and was like, yeah, this is a thing I just want to build. And I'm happy we did. All right, moving on. We're going to move on here. We will take a pause for the calls in like 10 minutes or so and talk about other stuff. I'm going to take a little drink of water here. We will move on to our next kit. So, we're going to jump over to, we're back to Gundam. We're doing some Gunpla here. So this kit, let's see, when was this released? This was released this year. I don't remember. Yes, this is a 2020. Good evening, Dirty. Welcome. So this is the Uraven Gundam. It is a core fighter in Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise. So it is the sequel to Gundam Build Divers, which is the spin-off of Gundam Build Fighters. You have the core Gundam, which does transform. You have the Uranus armor, which comes in from a satellite, I guess, looking like a cool plane, and then it goes on top of the core fighter. So this is a new core fighter. There are a bunch of core fighters that exist for this series. This is the new version of it. This is Core 2. I think this is the first time there's been a Core 2 kit, if I did my research correctly. So we're basically going to build the whole thing. We'll build the whole thing, and we'll assemble it. Then we'll build the weapons, and we'll build the shield, which also can go on the back of it. And then we've got to build, then we can transform it into the core flyer, which looks not great, but we'll build it. Then we'll build the armor completely, put the armor together as the core, and then we'll disassemble the core of that. You see the color, and then we'll take it all apart and then put it on top of our core fighter. To give it the full armor at the end of it. And then put stuff back together. It's a lot. So there's a lot packed into this high grade. But before we can do that, we have to build the high grade. So we'll start with that. If you're just joining, because a few people just came in, we did complete our cup noodle kit. That cup noodle kit is completed. I will have photos after, but it is done. You can peel this up, peel it back, and see all of the various crunchies on there, the shrimps, and the... Look, they call it mystery meat. I'm going with what they say. They call it mystery meat, so I will continue to call it mystery meat. That's just a thing they're doing. I don't know. I don't know why they do that, but they do. But yeah, that was a fun, odd build. Again, eat it. Well, Master Fun, I'm definitely not going to eat it, because the instructions said, do not eat. So I will abide by the instructions presented by the company, the Cup Noodle Company, Nissan, that specifically said, This item is a plastic model kit. It cannot be eaten. Please be careful not to accidentally swallow it. Please store it out of reach of small children, and I will do so. Uh, but yes, they made it very clear you should disassemble it. Harold is now hosting. Thank you, Harold. The instructions said to eat it, would you? No. It specifically says do not eat it and do not add hot water. This is not a real cup noodle. There's a joking line somewhere in the promotion of this where they were like, however long it takes to do cup noodle these days, I don't know. They're like, it will take longer to build than that, which I appreciate. But I love that they're like, don't add hot water. Please don't add hot water. That's a good little addition. Anyway, we're done with the cup noodle. The cup noodle is done. It's time to build a model kit for a show I don't watch. This is, hey folks, this is what happens when you stop watching the new Gundam shows, but you keep building model kits, is eventually you start building model kits for shows you don't watch that just look cool. And I thought this kit looked pretty cool. I liked all the armor. I liked that all the armor comes off and becomes its own vehicle, and that's how the armor shows up. It's very transformery, or power up armor powered stuff. It's a little headmastery, I guess. But I like that idea that it flies in from space. Yeah, Harold, please, if you can come by on Saturday, that would be great. Can't stay, but dropping by. Well, dropping by. Thank you for the host. Appreciate that. Have a good night, Harold. And thank you for the host. And yeah, I hope you can come by for our Halloween stream. I will be building this brick ghost. Spooky, very spooky ghost. I will be building that set. Got a little jack-o'-lantern there, a little bat. That'll be fun. And then we will, on Saturday, we'll start with that, and then we'll go back to working on this kit, because we're not finishing this kit tonight. So, yeah, I've been trying to go back and buy kits, like old kits, that I never built in the first, period of my life that I built model kits in the mid to late 90s when I was getting into that. I was really getting into model kit building. There was stuff that I missed. There was stuff that I just didn't build. So I have a few old kits that'll be odd that we'll be doing in the future. The Kempfer, I have that, and I have an RGM to build, and those were released in the early 2000s, and those master grades definitely feel their age. The Kempfer has that, the Campfire, I should say, has that, like, insert, the cardboard insert that is basically the same photo that is on the cover, but it's like its own little thing, and it was good. You could put it behind it, if you had a lot of room to display. And I missed those inserts in master grades. I think that is a really cool addition that I was like, oh, this is fun. But also, at least one of those two kits has screws, and that I am less looking forward to because that can be rough. This certainly can be not fun to deal with. I do have a screwdriver specifically for old kits that required screws. They were trying stuff, right? They were trying to make master grades more sturdy, because that was a big complaint that a lot of people had, was that master grades had you trouble posing. Mr. Bob just subscribed to Tier 1. That's 38 months on 38th month streak. Thank you so much. I hope people enjoy the emotes you got there. I'm going to throw the applause in there. Let's throw the bear cave. If you're a subscriber, throw in those emotes. Mr. Bob, thank you for your continued support. Appreciate it as always, my friend. Thank you very much for doing that. That rules. And welcome. Hello. We're working on a cool little kit from Gundam Build Divers. But yeah, that era, they were really... I heard you start saying Mr. Subscribe. Yeah, that's Mr. Bob 9000, who is a subscriber. Thank you, Mr. Subscribe. Hey, if you need a new username, folks, Mr. Subscribe is pretty good. Also, if you then subscribe to people, folks will be like, thank you for subscribing, Mr. Subscribe. It's pretty good. Also, if no one has Mr. Worldwide, that's also a very good one. That's mostly unrelated, but that is a good username to be read out loud. if you're looking for a username for a subscription thing and you want people to give Mr. Worldwide a shout out, it's pretty good. Okay. And put that there. We're just putting together our core unit. This is a high grade, the Core Gundam 2. Putting that together, and then we'll build it out. I really like the look of this with all the armor on it. And then, of course, it'll be a hot minute until we get the cool armor. We got to start with the base of it, and then we'll get to graduate to the cool armor part. Yeah, put that there. Okay. Like that. Goes in there. Doing another high grade. The last kit we did was a high grade. That was the clear original Gundam. 782, I should say. Clear. So certainly haven't taken much of a break from doing clears, or from doing high grades. But I don't mind that. I like a good high grade now and again. Do I prefer to work on master grades that are in the 1/100 scale? Of course I do. I always prefer the 1/100 scale to the 144 scale. Certainly. Especially on stream. Definitely. I think that while the RE100 kits are very awesome because they are kits you would not see, and I think they have an important place in the model kit building world, I do miss the 1/100 scale high grades. I think big old high grades. I think fondly of the G Gundam and the Wing Gundam high grades. Those big old high grades I think look rad. Did it mean that some of those kits didn't get a master grade? In the case of G Gundam, certainly. There were only 4 master grades in the G Gundam line. They could have had 8 more with the rubber feet, because you might remember from the G Gundam era, the rubber feet being an important part of those kits. Very strange choice. Rubber hands, rubber feet. This is very odd. They were trying stuff. I don't mind that. Those kits also had stickers, so. Or not stickers. They did stickers, but they also had screws. And that was probably not great, I would say. We've got our... Oops, that's the wrong piece. I will do that now and again. I try my best not to, but sometimes I read the numbers wrong. Pull the wrong piece out. Okay. A6 as well. This kit has some nice clear pieces here, some nice clear colored plastic. I am certainly interested in that. I think it looks really sharp. Really brightens up what otherwise could be. Because, I mean, this is the base unit kit, right? So, like, obviously, it's a core unit, and it's going to be the armor that goes on it that kind of gives it its flair. So, it having, like, some good, nice little color pieces is a cool bonus. Because otherwise, it could feel a little drab if it's just like, if the armor is supposed to be the cool part, But, no, I think this overall has a sharp look to it. So I can appreciate that. 25. Also, this is a core unit, but as you can see, the crown is not gold. There is gold in here. The gold is spread throughout, but it is not designed to have the crown be gold, which I think is a cool choice. So that gets a little boring. Instead, they're like, oh, we'll put our gold other places. We'll find other spots for the gold. It's cool. We will take a break in just a moment or two, and I'll talk about ways you can support the channel, and then we'll get back into the building portion. Continue working this, and I also have anime to talk about. Because it's a day that ends in Y, so I have anime that I watched. Let's see, we'll put that there, put that there. Okay. Now we're going to build the rest of the chest unit here, a 15 and a 16. So we do that there. Starting with the body, and then we'll move on to the head, just like is traditional with high grades. Nothing too surprising about that. I miss old ass high grades, and I am worried they have been bought now. Yeah, I mean, Mr. Bob is definitely. It feels like that modern stuff that comes out. We're getting some new real grades. There are some new, real grades. I think are kind of like the new thing, and of course master grades are still going to come out, and 144 skill high grades are going to come out, but I don't think we're getting big high grades anymore. I think we're never going to see big high grades. I think we're just going to see occasional RE100s, some old, and then lots of high grades of popular shows. Who knows? I would like to see more RE100 kits because I think the RE100, the Reborn line, is fascinating. So I would love to see more of that. I think that's cool shit. But the old high grades gave me confidence in using blades and glue. Yeah, I mean, I think just like there's something definitely to be said. Like I would always say, the new kits go to well to the. Yeah, I mean that was also a thing about high grades in the 1/100 scale is there would be gaps. There would be like spots where you had to do maybe you had to get some glue out. Maybe you had to do some blading to kind of clean things up a little bit, make things work a little bit better. There were certainly like hiccups. All right, now we're gonna do the backpack. Now that we've done that portion, we'll get into the backpack part. Yeah, it wasn't the cleanest of builds in those days. I'm so late. No problem. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Kalu. No problem at all. Don't worry about it. Anytime's the right time. I am always happy when people are here for as long as I'm streaming, but I also understand if people have to come in and out, duck in. I did not eat the noodles, Kalu. I made very clear to read the instructions and not to eat the noodles. I also did not add hot water to the cup, despite that being what you do with cup noodle. I made sure not to eat it. We did put a bunch of stickers in, and I put some shrimp in there. I did not eat the shrimp either. So I managed to avoid eating all of the food. Put this there. I do miss RE100 as well, as they were intentionally weird kits. Yes, Mr. Bob, I love the weird kits. Just, like, hey, were there a couple Zaku's in there? Sure. There's going to be Zaku's in every line. Like, I don't got a problem. I don't have a problem with that. Especially because there were interesting Zaku's. But I'm mostly, like, there for, like, hey, we're never going to make a master grade Hama Hama, but here's a Hama Hama, RE100. Like, and people were like, yeah, please. I think that's neat. I was definitely in favor of that. The RE gun cannon was a different color, but it was show correct. Yeah. Yeah. I understand. It is, yeah, it's just like, that just made some cool stuff, and I'm definitely always interested in that. But yeah, I mean, I would love a big, I think the most modern one is the 160 non-grade, Wing Zero. That felt like a blast from the past because it's a non-grade, but it might as well be a high grade. And that was a big chonker to put together, which was a fun thing to do. That felt like a weird kit to be putting together, because it was huge, but not that detailed. It definitely felt like a high grade of old. All right, and then A24 are our blades here. A24 and A22. Sorry, A22 and A22. Blades. There they are. They're in here weird. But yeah, I am. The beam sabers on my Hama Hama look to have been bent by the sun. Oof. Yeah, those were. I remember those being a little thin. It's been a little while since I looked at the Hama Hama. But yeah, the RE100 did some weird. They there's some weird kits in that line. You all should look into them. There's some interesting ones. Recently did one because it had been a while. All right. I'll talk about my wish list in a minute or two. All right, I'm going to get these on, and then we will take our pause for the cause because we will have finished the backpack unit and the body. So once we finish that, then it'll be time to promote what I'm doing. All right, get that there. And get this on here. Yeah. And then we'll put this on there. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. They stopped printing few of them, so they're even more rare now. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay. So we did our chest here, and we did our of this and our backpack. And now it's time to take a pause for the cause. So, first off, hi everybody. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote into chat. Let the people know that you are a subscriber to the channel. If you're new to the stream, this is a momentary pause. We are just taking a hangout pause here, where I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel if you like. This is my pause for the cause, or my call to action, or my commercial break, whatever you want to say. It's a chance for me to talk directly at you. And not be focused on the kits, and instead just talk about ways you can support what I do here if you'd like to. You under no obligation to do anything like this. You being here is enough. I'm so happy to have you here and have you watching. If you want to chat, feel free to chat. If you are thinking of becoming a subscriber or looking for other ways to support what I do and the builds that I do here and my general streamingness, I'm going to talk about ways you can do that. And it'll be brief. It'll be like 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll get back to building. I'm going to talk about some anime that came out in the past couple of days. You'll like what's going on. So I'm an affiliate, so I have a subscription here. You can subscribe with Cash Money. You could also subscribe by using your Prime token if you have Prime Gaming, because you have Amazon linked with your Twitch. Then you have access to that. You could use that for me. Gifting subs. We've had the most gifts I've ever had in any month. This month, we've had 22 gifts this month, which is rad. If you want to give somebody who's not already a subscriber, you can do it anonymously. You can pick the person. You can pick them at random. That is a great way to support what I do here. And I would really appreciate it. Also, bits and coins, always appreciated if you want to do bits. And join Dr. Jones and Harold in the bits tier top of the list there. That's another way to support what I do. Again, you're under no obligation to do any of those things, but if you'd like to, that's probably the easiest way to support what I do. Another thing is I have a Patreon. Now, I would say probably if you want to join my Patreon, you should join it on November 1st and not today or tomorrow or Saturday. You should instead join my Patreon on November 1st and get your full money's worth. But I have a Patreon. There's $1 tier, a $3 tier, a $5, and a $10. So there's different tiers, different rewards for each tier. Check it out. I'm going to be posting my Q&A video every month. I do exclusively for Patreon. I answer questions posed by my patrons. Usually about 2 questions a month, and only patrons get to see that at the $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. Nobody else gets to watch that video. So that's the thing I like to be able to do for that community. But yeah, you can join that if you'd like. Everything I make through Patreon and from Twitch goes into me building more model kits. If you would like to do that just know that if you're supporting me that way, you're supporting me purchasing model kits. Now, another way to support what I do is direct donations through Ko-fi and Streamlabs and PayPal. Anything that comes in during streams from those goes into a fund, and I take money of that fund to buy model kits like this kit. I bought this kit because I was like, oh, that looks neat. Yeah, I've got the funds for that. I'm going to buy another one. I will be very soon making new purchases because my backlog is small right now, and I only have one. I have a kit that's supposed to be coming in the mail this month, but it's almost not this month, and I have not heard anything about it. So we'll see. But yeah, that's another way to support what I do. I have an Amazon wish list. You could join my wish list if you wanted to. I'm going to click over here to that. I have an Amazon wish list, and If you buy something on there, it comes to me, and then I build it ahead of time. It jumps the queue. So if you ever saw something on this list and you'd like to see me build it, be it an inexpensive Lego set, I just put in the Mandalorian and the Child brickheads because I would love to build Baby Yoda and and Boba Fett as Lego brickheads. I don't know. I put that in there. That's a silly thing that exists. Why not? I recently added that in. I've got some high grades, some master grades, the Sony PlayStation 1 model kit, not the PS1, the PlayStation 1. Another thing from Build Divers Re-Rise, the Aegis Knight, because I love building Knight-themed model kits, Knight with a K. I got a bunch of different kits up in there, and I would love to build any of them if you purchase those. I would certainly build them, and they would jump the queue because you spent your hard-earned money. And at the bottom, I have some like tools that would like help my streams, but like aren't not essential. We'll get back to building in just a moment or two. The alternative is USA Gundam Store. This cup noodle kit I got because Crazy Like Fox got me a gift card. Went to it, paid for it, got the gift code in the email, then sent me a DM on Twitter and was like, hey, here's this gift card. And I said specifically, Crazy Like Fox was like, get that cup noodle kit, pre-order it. And I did. I'm happy I did. So that's an alternative if you didn't want to use Amazon. Let's see. I have a Discord. You can join my Discord. I post build photos after every stream. People post stuff they're working on. It's cool. It's chill. It's my Discord. You can join that. A couple video links I want to share with you. Pat Baer's Anime Club is my Pet Peeves episode, went live on Monday. It's me talking about pet peeves. I already did one of these earlier in the year. It's my second pet peeves video. Just talking about stuff that like kind of grinds my gears. Just stuff that I'm like, come on, anime. Come on, anime community. Let's get rid of this. Let's stop doing this. So that's a fun video, fun-ish. A very fun video is this week's Baering the List, which I put out yesterday, is a weekly series where I use Tier Maker to rank things. And this week, I ranked name changes in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Parts 1 through 4, specifically name changes that were to avoid copyright infringement on musical acts or performers or songs. I missed a couple. I know I missed a couple. I didn't get into the games. I specifically was focusing on the changes in the anime adaptation. Look, there's a wiki that lists all of them and goes into detail, and I still had 24 items even when I missed some. I think it's pretty good. It's one of my best, I think, of those. So I would say, like, it's pretty good if you want to see something a little silly on me ranking those. Because you need to know what I think of the change from bad company to worse company. You want to know where I would rank worse company. I think you want to know. Put there. Or what I think of changing Captain Tennille to Captain Dragon. And what I would think of that. Where I would rank Captain Dragon. Alright, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about some anime. I'm going to go back to building this kit. Oh, I'm going to check one thing real quick. Because I want to see what this is. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's a weird thing. This is like some state in the union was sending a warning. Cops were sending a warning out that, like, hey, sometimes edibles, marijuana edibles, the packaging is made to look like regular candy because stoners will do that. And maybe they might accidentally give it to your kids. And first, edibles are very expensive. People aren't going to give those out. And two, why is your message not, don't trick or treat? Go buy candy for your kids yourselves. don't let your kids go take candy from strangers in random houses. There's a pandemic. I was like, that should be the message. Hey, don't trick or treat. Not, hey, make sure make sure your kids aren't getting weed edibles from like your neighbors. Maybe you aren't supposed to eat the cup noodle because it's secretly edible. Ooh, Kalu. Yeah, maybe it's an edible. And I will say, if the shrimp is edible, we put plastic on the shrimp. We put plastic stickers on the shrimp. So I definitely think that makes it not edible. But yeah, maybe it's secretly. They say don't eat it, and they're trying to wink nudge, like, hey, don't eat this. But in fact, they want me to. Well, weed is not legal here in South Carolina, so I will not be partaking of it. If so, they were edibles, I certainly wouldn't eat them. Also, I don't, I don't smoke pot or take edibles anyway, but I certainly wouldn't do it on stream in a state where that was illegal or not legal, whatever the case may be. All right, so we're working on the face of our kit right now. I'm going to talk about some anime while we do that. That's what happens in the second hour of the stream. I talk about shows that I'm watching right now. I will say right now, I stopped watching the very good but very slow lesbian drama, Adachi and Shimaru. I am stopping that show for a while. I want the series to finish, and then I am going to marathon all of it. It is a very good show, but it is liquid, like it is slow as ice. It is molasses slow. It is unbelievably taking its sweet time and enjoying the slow burn. And I don't want to do that. I want to watch it when it's done and burn through it. But it's good. It's just I'm not going to watch it weekly. Just adding that to my let a couple episodes happen and watch it all at once kind of vibes. But shows I am watching Black Clover. So we're still in filler. This is still anime continuity. We are in the filler arc here. It is fine. Literally nothing fucking happens in this episode, but it was light and I do not mind it. The 2 points of this episode that I will say is apparently the first Wizard King, back with Nero, back in the past, was working on a device to allow the storage of mana so that people who didn't have a lot of mana could be on equal footing with people that did, to kind of end some discrimination. But he never was able to finish it because he didn't have the technology in order to do it, but he had the vision for it, but not the tech. And the modern, current Wizard King thinks that the research department that he has will be able to make this thing happen. So that's cool. That's neat. That we're going to soon get training for some of our characters to see them power up. So that's good. We didn't do that here. The major action of this episode, folks, was that the queen of the Heart Kingdom lost her last pair of glasses. Because she breaks her glasses all the time. And her last pair got taken by magical beavers. Mugi, the magical beaver. Literally, that is a plot point in this episode, was that a beaver stole her glasses. And Asta got them back, and then she just broke them anyway. But don't worry, the punchline is more glasses were coming. They didn't need to go catch those glasses. They just got gung-ho about it. That's literally all that happened in this episode. It is fine. The show is fine. I'll say this. I very much prefer this to the very plotting, not good arc that just happened, the Devil Believers arc. I thought the Devil Believers arc was terrible. So I will take these no consequences episodes any day. Please introduce me to Moogie the beaver that is smart and can sense mana. Please. So that episode was fine. Also, looks like we're gonna get a Gray, something to do with Gray in the next episode, who is one of my favorite minor characters. Who is one of those characters that she is super overpowered. Her ability to transform magic is great, and she's one of those characters that like she's too overpowered, so she has to have a weakness, which is that she's very shy, like unbelievably shy, and I appreciate that as a character trait and a reason for her to be for her powers to not be broken, because she does not like being the center of attention. So she's kind of defeatist, and I think that's rad. Let's see. It's not an anime, but I've been rewatching Battlestar Galactica, says Ash. Some stuff in it has aged poorly, but mostly it's still good. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure that some of it is like, yikes, like anything when you go back to it. But cool. Yeah, that's definitely not an anime, but it is a good television program, and it is a good sci-fi. So yeah, Black Clover, back to its filler that is inoffensive, and, well, I'll say at least, you know what I'll say about this episode? Tell you this episode right now, did not feature tragic queer characters, so it already is great. Some of the only queer characters ever in the show that are tragic villains are not in this episode, and so already feeling better than the last storyline. Because fucking yikes. Yikesaroo. Kuma Baer. Okay, so here's the thing with Kuma Baer. One, the side series, the 15-second little short that exists only on the YouTube of the company that makes them, but it's still worth watching, is called Baer Kuma. Kuma is Japanese for bear. So they inversed it for the cutie, the little mini episodes, the Super 4 mini episodes. That's beautiful. Beautiful choice. So there's that. The other thing is, the anime fucked up very badly with Kuma Baer. And generally, I tend to shy away from manga lovers being like, oh no, you've got to read the manga, the anime fucks it up. Because they're doing their own thing. And generally, I give people the benefit of the doubt with these shows and say, like, hey, the adaptations aren't always easy. Sometimes you just got to let them do their thing. But in this particular case, they definitely made a bad choice and really fucked up the show as making it approachable and easy to understand. So here's okay, I don't get into this more thought. Let me read what we got Ash saying here. The most immediate clue to Battlestar's age is the CG. It's very much of the era before high-budget prestige TV like Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones. Yes, it very much is doing the best it can with its budget for a TV show. That is very true. That is definitely my memory of that show. Okay, so here's the thing about Kuma Baer. Here is the chronological watch order. You want to watch the very last scene in the first episode. Then you want to watch episode 2. Then you want to watch episode 3. Then you want to watch episode 1, except for the very last scene. And then you want to watch episode 4. They took the elements of what should be the third episode and made that the first episode. But because it's an isekai, or either it's an isekai or a Sword Art Online style thing, it's still unclear about what it is. The first episode feels like it's just booffery or any other VR MMO. And that's a terrible choice. They literally were just like, I don't know, hopefully it should be on order from here on. And I believe it is. So they basically, instead of starting the first episode with her getting the bear costume and then be taken to a magical world, they set up the first episode in the action. They see her like doing these incredible things and being awesome. The thing is, if you're watching it, you don't know she was this. That episode doesn't make any reference to the fact that she's trapped in this world, but it does let you know that it's an RPG. So when I watched the first episode the first time, I assumed that this was like what the game was like, and then I kept waiting for her to get isekai'd. Because the very last scene in the first episode, she takes off her VR helmet and talks to her grandpa. But that scene is before she gets isekai'd, and it is not chronologically following what happens before that. Because what happens before that is her killing the Black Viper. So it's incredibly confusing. So basically, if you want to pick up Kuma Baer, watch episodes 2, 3, 1, because you don't really need the last scene in 1, honestly. Watch episode 2, 3, and then 1, and then 4, because it is confusing and doesn't make any sense and is a very poor choice. I think my only guess is they were afraid of the action, of like people like not being interested if there wasn't action in it. But it's very confusing. Anyway, this episode is also a tearjerker. Okay, I'll go through that. There's 2 plot lines in this episode. One is, last episode, there was a mysterious girl watching Yuna from the shadows. Turns out, that is the Lord of the Land's daughter. Her name is Noah, and then Cliff is the Lord of the Land. Yuna gets conscripted to go meet them because, holy shit, does Noah love the bear girl. She loves Yuna's bear style. She can't get enough of it. She wants to ride the bears and hug her and hang out, and it's a whole thing. Then Cliff wants to buy something, and then so it ends up that Yuna now is going to have a favor that she can get from this dude. So that's the like cool part of the story. It's pretty cute. There's a little scene where Cliff also wants to ride the bears, her bears that Baer summons, but they're like, no, they don't want him to ride, which is kind of fun. And he's like clearly very disappointed that they are not interested in giving him a ride. And then the other part of the story is we've known that Yuna's friend, Yuna made a friend who's in the game, or the reality, whatever it is, it's an isekai. Fina is a young lady, and her mother is very sick. And we knew she had a younger sister, and she has a sick mom. And so we've met these characters now. I forget Shuri is the younger sister, and her mom is really sick and just gets worse. And Yuna comes home to find Fina crying. She didn't know what else to turn to. Yuna's figured out that she can cast healing magic. So she tries to cast healing magic, but it doesn't work because her mom is very, very sick. But it's not just that she like got injured. She's not recovering from injury. She has a virus or an illness or something. So Yuna casts and figures out that she can do a cure status spell by focusing on it and image training or whatever. So she does that and manages to cure Fina's mom, which is awesome. And everyone's happy, including the dude that is definitely still got a crush on Fina's mom, who everybody calls Uncle. He's very happy. Everybody's very happy. They're fighting over who's going to pay Yuna. And Yuna's like, well, no, you're my friend. You help friends. And it's all very sweet. Lots of smiles. Shuri is also very psyched to meet Yuna, and it's good. As I said, the thing that sucks about this is that they messed with the order in a way that doesn't make sense, and it's probably confused people. Because I was confused when I first watched the first episode. Because then I was like, the second episode, I was like, is this a flashback? What's happening? It's very strange. Apparently, the manga just starts with episode 2. So, that's a weird choice. But anyway, it's a good show. I recommend Kuma Baer if you are looking for a somewhat light, although there was some sadness in this episode, isekai. If you don't think that I'm Standing on a Million Souls, or is if you don't like that the main character is an unrepentant sociopath monster who may learn some of the errors of his ways, but probably isn't going to learn anything because he just seems like he's a real fuck up, and you're like, this is not for me. Then this is good. By the Grace of the Gods also had a sad moment at the end of the last episode over the week. That one's even lighter of a show. And Noblesse. I might be done with Noblesse, y'all. I think the action is very good. I did like that we had our first episode where a main character, a big character, was running into some problems that they couldn't solve with their strength. And I like that because most of it's just been like, the humans are like, oh, we're in big trouble from these humans that got these magical humans that got manipulated by some sort of secret organization that has traces to vampires or whatever. That they're running roughshod. Oh no, they got beat up. Now, well then, okay, then the Noblesse and his vampire crew come in and clear house, and it's no problem. I was getting a little tired of that shit. So now we got some people that are putting up a bit of a fight, and that's good. That was cool. But I'm kind of bored with it. I'm not super into it. I like the human characters a lot. I like how weird it is, because it is weird. It's got some comedy elements that like are odd and don't make a lot of sense, and so I appreciate that. But yeah, it's a weird one. Noblesse. I don't know. And then, so this show is it's like 90 seconds long. No, it's 2 minutes long. This is a 2-minute anime called Anime KAPIBARASAN. The anime is called Anime KAPIBARASAN. KAPIBARASAN is spelled with a K and an I. But it is about a capybara. The last episode, we found out that I thought this was a family. This is some sort of nature preserve where there's one big, giant, kick-ass capybara that everyone thinks is rad. And all of the little capybaras, the little cappies, they love KAPIBARASAN. They love the big capybara. They think he's awesome. So this episode was them thinking he's great. And then we also saw a little bit of the little ones because they also like the llama, because the llama has soft, fluffy fur. And it's just them like hanging out, liking stuff. Again, it's 90 seconds or 2 minutes. There's also a little moment with there is a capybara that is not as big as KAPIBARASAN, but it's still bigger than the little cappies, and they think he's pretty great too. It is cute. Is this for children? Almost certainly. Anime KAPIBARASAN is for kids. This is a children's anime short. It is a short of shorties. But I don't care. It's adorable, and it's great. I will say, I don't know if the first couple episodes got fixed because they were messed up on Crunchyroll's site. I had to watch them on the app on my iPad, so I do not know if they've been fixed. I will say that this episode and the third episode worked out just great on the website, but I had to watch the first two on the app. Ash says, getting tired, going to log off for now. Have a good evening. Shorty's making, yes, Dirty. Shorty's making shorties. Have a great night, Ash. Thank you for watching, or great morning. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you for your Prime subscription. Appreciate it very much. And take it easy. Yes, but unlike Shorty's making shorties, this is Shorties for shorties. Shorties making shorties, a short-lived Cartoon Network series, no, Comedy Central series. It was animated on Comedy Central, and it was small animated things of stand-up routines animated into things, most of which were recorded in New York, and a lot of which was recorded at the Upright Citizens Brigade, one of the Upright Citizens Brigades. Some of those bits I heard live that were recorded, that then eventually were turned into animated shorts. That is, some of that stuff was real good. I would say the overlay of that show, the shorties, the fact that it was like, what if instead of Beavis and Butthead watching music videos, it was two babies or a series of babies watching funny shorts and then talking about them, and then also having their own jokes. And those jokes were never the good part of the series, but they always had to be in there. It's a weird little thing. But anyway, that's it for the anime that I have been watching. Will I by Saturday finally watch an episode of Jujutsu Kaisen? A show that, we dropped a bunch of frames there. Sorry, buddy. I dropped a bunch of frames. Sorry, live folks watching YouTube. What's up, YouTube? Hopefully, you didn't. The local should be just fine. So sorry about that, y'all. But yeah, we had having a little connection turbulence here. I will say, we didn't end up with a bad storm or anything today here in South Carolina where I'm at, but it was unseasonably and weirdly very fucking windy. It was unbelievably windy here. So that was strange. Yeah, it was odd. It got hot again. It cooled off. Then it got hot again. Still shorts weather here, where I'm at. Yeah, so it got hot again, and then also is now weirdly very windy. I did my stationary bike stuff today, and then I will try to try to get my exercise in, getting on that stationary bike, playing One Piece Bon Journey. I wanted to see if anybody's. I forgot. This is what I want. This is what I want to talk a little bit about. I wanted to know if anybody is playing. If anybody has early access to Cloud Gardens. Let me know if anyone's playing Cloud Gardens. It's in early access, and the early access is on sale right now until November 2nd. It is a sandbox game where you are basically like, it's a chill game about using plants to overgrow abandoned wasteland dioramas. And it looks very cool, and it's not expensive. I think Lashbrook hasn't heard of it. Dirty says, I think I saw Vinny talking about setting up a stationary bike. Yes, Dirty. Vinny was talking about getting one of the conversion kits to make a regular bike into a stationary bike, which I have done as well, because my dad had a kit to do it. But I think today he was talking about that, and I was like, oh yeah, I do that. It's pretty great. Yeah, so I am interested in, I might end up getting, as I said, I might check out Cloud Gardens because it does look pretty damn cool, and it is on sale. So I might end up checking that out. That looks neat. I don't know for sure. I should tell you that what's going on with me as far as streaming goes the next couple days is we will continue on Saturday. We will pause this build in order to work on the Ghost, the Lego Bricks Ghost, Brickhead's Ghost, and then we will return to this kit after that is done because, Halloween. So I am streaming on Halloween because what else am I going to do? I want to stream on, I don't want to give up my Saturday night stream just because it's a holiday when most people are not celebrating it. Also, this Saturday for the United States folks, it is daylight savings. We are going to fall back, so you get an extra hour. So why not hang out with me from 9 to 11, knowing that when daylight savings takes effect, you get the time change, you get the extra hour. So let's do it. So that's coming up. So I got that. Monday, streaming, doing my thing, model kit building, the usual. Next Wednesday, live episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. My Wednesday bonus stream will be an episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. I'm going to do my kind of like mid-season roundup. Talk about the shows I'm interested in, the things I've been checking out. I am the stuff that I haven't been talking about during the streams because I'm watching it on my own time, kind of slowly. The shows that I dropped, I'll talk about those. But I'm just going to go through this season, kind of give you an idea of what's coming out. You know, I have not decided if tomorrow, or first Saturday, if I'm going to be watching a show. Funimation, for its first time ever, will be officially licensing a Chinese anime, a Chinese animation. The story did not sound too interesting to me. It was a king whose soul has been basically meditating for 500 years in order to get into heaven, and then gets kicked out of heaven immediately, and then is like, now what? And I was like, that's kind of interesting. I think it's based on a Chinese novel. But Funimation is going to be streaming it, and I might check that out. But anyway, that's next Wednesday, talking about a bunch of anime. But I might check that out, although, as I said, I'm already not watching all the shows that come out on Friday and Saturday that I would like to watch. Like, I'm behind on Haikyuu. I caught up on. Yesterday I watched a bunch of Haikyuu because I had some time and wanted to catch up because people are starting to post clips on YouTube, on the channels that I get recommended, and I was like, I do not want to get spoiled on my Haikyuu, so I'll catch up on that. But I'm still behind on, I am behind on this season of Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I'm behind on that show, and I'm behind on Irregular at Magic School Season 2. I think I'm 2 episodes behind on that, because there's just so much. And I kind of focused on kind of giving weekly reports on the new shows that are coming out. And I haven't been as focused on like season 2s or 4s or 5s or whatever of shows. Also, next month, we get a new episode of the OAD, the original digital animation. Basically, it's an OVA of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, the final of that. The 5th one of that, and so I am looking forward to seeing that as well next month. And November will be the return of new episodes of Gallon Dino, one of my favorite shows of the year, that because half of it is live action, it took an extended break of filming because of COVID, and is coming back. But they started with the first episode. They're basically restarting the season and not just start with episode 8. But that means for Americans, or not just Americans, but anyone streaming, anyone who's not watching it on television in Japan, they are forced to watch the show when it comes out, when new episodes come out. Just wait on it. Also, that house husband anime, the Yakuza guy turned house husband, that manga is been optioned. And it seems like it is a Netflix, they'll call it an original. It seems like it will not be airing on television in Japan, so most likely it will not have, not most likely, it will not have Netflix jail, where it's out in Japan on television and people are watching it, and then eventually it all comes out at once. It'll probably just all come out at once, but it will just air on Netflix and a bunch of places, like other Netflix shows, which is good, because that way people can just watch it when it comes out. That manga I have seen some of. I have not read all of that manga, but that does just seem like a great time. That seems like a very fun series. I like the idea of it very, very much. Just, a real tough dude who meets a great lady and gives up the life to be able to take care of the home, because she is a working business lady. And so he's like, all right, well, I'll become a house dude. I will just make this part of my life. All right, we're almost done with the arms. I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna finish the arms up, and then we will end the episode of the stream there. Um, and then we will go and raid. Because, folks, that's what we do around here. At the end of every stream, we raid. We share the love. We send out more happiness to folks. Also, I know of 2 different streams. Honestly, one of my favorite. Yeah, Ghost. It is just a great idea. It's a great premise, and all the art looks fantastic. 2 streamers that I know today left their streams on, like, coincidentally, weirdly. One, just the audio was odd, and then they noticed, and the other just like left the room for hours with it on. I didn't know about that one. I would have tried to contact them, but the other one, luckily, they suddenly were like, "Oh shit, oops." So I will definitely make sure that after we raid, that I am not connected to the internet or not connected streaming. Because, oh boy. But see, that wouldn't have been a problem if they had raided. All right, let me get these arms on here. Arms together. All right. What am I doing wrong here? Oh, this got slipped around. Okay. But yeah, we'll go give somebody some cool stream a raid. Kind of share the love. Feel free to come along on that. I fucked this up. Gotta swivel this around. There we go. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. This was a fun stream tonight, and we will of course have more on Saturday. So if you don't have Halloween plans, feel free to come on here. This will be the least spooky stream, I could say definitively. It will be the least spooky stream of Halloween. Nothing, no frights here, unless you are scared of ghost Lego sets. In which case, then don't watch, because we'll be doing some ghostly Lego sets. And so yeah, other than that, it'll just be a fun little time. And we got some good progress done. High grades like this, obviously, we got to build the whole thing and then put a bunch of armor on it. So we're definitely not done here. Got a ways to go, but we'll count that as done. And it's time to find out who we should raid. We gotta go raid somebody awesome out there who's doing stuff on a Thursday night. Let's see. We got a lot of people. Ooh, damn. She must have got raided by some. Or maybe it's because she's playing PT. Mary Kish has hundreds of people watching her right now. She must have gotten raided or is doing a co-stream or something. That's awesome for her. But let's see. Yeah. Well, yeah, or just people. Not a lot of people playing PT. I don't know. But that's rad. She's got a ton of people watching. Let's give some love to oh yeah. Let's go and watch. Let's get to watch it. She's doing her Halloween stream. Oh, Nina's there too. That's rad. Yeah, let's go hang out with Mary as she plays some horror games. I think that'll be a fun one. So if you don't want to go see horror stuff, which I said mine will not have on Saturday, don't come along, but I think this will be fun. And yeah, we're going to go and raid. Feel free to come along. You don't have to, of course, but if you'd like to, love to have you there. Thanks so much for hanging out with me here at Pat Baer's, Build with Baer workshop. And I will see you on the next Build with Baer, which will be Saturday night for Halloween shenanigans. Oh, I will also have some sort of a costume. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.